Okay, thank you. All right, we're good. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ensign Lan Tran from the class of 2007 from the Osteopathic Medicine School. And on behalf of our Military Medical Student Association here at Western University of Health Sciences, I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming out today and joining us for this special occasion to remember and honor the individuals who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001. To begin our memorial service today, I would like to invite Micah Lundberg from the DO class of 2027 to sing the national anthem. Those who are able, please rise and remove your covers or hats. Detail. Ready? Salute.
Oh, say, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ready? 2. Thank you so much, Micah. Now I would like to take the moment to welcome several of our dignitaries in the audience. Today we have Dr. Ferris Eisner, a president of Western U, Deputy Chief Christian Sue, Operations Captain Ryan Rodriguez, and Investigative Services Division Captain Todd Samuels of the Pomona Police Department, and to our deans, staff, and faculty of Western U colleges. Welcome. It will be my privilege and our privilege to first hear a few words from the Deputy Chief Christian Sue of the Pomona Police Department.
Good afternoon, and I want to thank Western University of Health Sciences and the Military Medical Student Association for extending this invitation to the Pomona Police Department to speak at this event. This is one of the events which I'll be very honest, I actually enjoy coming to, and because of what it means to the entire country. This will always be a significant day of remembrance for our country. Patriot Day commemorates the 2,997 lives who died on September 11th, 2001 in New York City, at the Pentagon, and in Pennsylvania. Earlier this week, I received a photograph accompanied by a short sentence to give it some context. The sentence read, in the bottom of this photo, you will see FDNY engine ladder truck 118 crossing over the Brooklyn Bridge on their way to the World Trade Center. This is their last known photograph. Every FDNY firefighter on that truck, 6 of them, perished hours later. 343 firefighters lost their lives that day, along with 72 police officers. As a police officer, it would be understandable to speak about the role played by police officers 23 years ago today in New York City, at the Pentagon, or in Pennsylvania. But the photograph I received this week changed my mind. Instead, I want to speak about our firefighters. And in the background of the San Gabriel Mountains and throughout Southern California, where massive fires are being fought by men and women in just very difficult environments over the last week. A man who was rescued by a member of Ladder 118 said, quote, "They knew what was going on and they went down with their ship. They weren't going to leave until everyone got out. They must have saved a couple of hundred people that day. I know they saved my life." So in closing, in Pomona, in the mountains behind us, throughout the United States and in places far away, there are men and women who know what they are going into, and they have and will go down with their ship. So it'll always be an honor to serve this city and to serve our country, and thank you for having us.
All right, thank you for those inspiring words, Deputy Chief Sue. Next, I would like to invite the Dr. Barnes to come and speak.
First, I want to thank everyone for coming. As we think this is the year 2024, and we're referring back to the year 2001, I was reflecting with our Military and Medical Student Association a few weeks ago that more and more of our matriculating students were either very young on this day or some weren't even born yet. So to host and have events like this in memory of that catastrophic day is an important endeavor. Because when we say statements like never forget, and the further out we get from dates, it seems that we sometimes forget. I'm glad I am part of an establishment and a university that continues to seek and lean into the remembrance of days like this. The loss of life on that day was humongous. The way it impacted the days after have been monumental. So as we think about a lot of the things that we do differently day to day because of that day, it somewhat makes us feel like this becomes the norm. And with all the conflict and negativity going on around the world, we don't want loss of life to be the norm. As a health sciences university, what we want to do is preserve life. And with our tenets of humanism, we want to make sure that we spread kindness, joy, and love, and care, and compassion. So as you spend this day in remembrance, take those tenets with you and remember the people who lost their lives that day and the brave men and women who rushed in to save them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Barnes. And then I'd like to invite our president to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, and a very heartfelt thank you for being here today. This is an extremely important event to commemorate and to honor our nation's fallen heroes. This is a day that we must never, ever forget. And I would like to specifically honor and thank some of our extraordinary unsung heroes. Immense gratitude to our firefighters, our law enforcement partners, our distinguished men and women in uniform. We're so grateful to you. We also express gratitude to our police department representatives, fire department representatives, all are who in attendance today. Thank you for being here. We express eternal gratitude to our armed forces. I get emotional even thinking about all that you do to protect this country and this nation, and we're eternally grateful to you for that. Also, a heartfelt thank you to all of you, faculty, staff, students, who every day sacrifice for this institution, for the community, and for all that we hold dear to us. You must also accept that credit, and we're grateful to all of you for being a part of this Western U family. Expression also, I want to share with you that, as you've heard from Dr. Barnes, right now we have a crisis at the Fairplex. There's a refugee area now that's been established for those displaced individuals affected by these fires. So every day there are those suffering, and I'm so grateful to all of you for doing what you do daily in order to protect our community. I also want to thank our veterans, these veterans that have made the ultimate sacrifice and that continue to do so much. I don't know if you know, but I spent 23 years as chief of service, one of the surgical services at the West LA, Greater Los Angeles VA system. And on a daily basis, I interacted with our veterans and the challenges with which they are confronted, at times seemingly insurmountable. And gratitude to our vets for continuing to serve in every way they can our great nation. So I ask you, how can we ever express adequate gratitude to those who did make the ultimate sacrifice on that day, on 9/11? There's really not sufficient superlatives to adequately convey the level of appreciation that we all share for them and for what they have done for us. So may they be forever remembered in our hearts and minds. And I want to thank you all again for participating either in uniform or out of uniform as civilians and continuing to sacrifice every day. And that's an exclamation point. That was God's way of saying a moment of silence. So I want to close by wishing all of you a blessed year until we meet again for this occasion. Thank you, and God bless, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Dr. Eisner. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Carl Wegner in attendance. He is representing Bugles across America, an International Honor Guard Buglers Association, and is here to perform taps its ceremony in honor of this day and for those who have fallen. Taps is easily one of the most easily recognized and emotional military bugle calls. It was once just a call for the end of the day, signaling all was safe. Now, not only is taps played at the end of the day on military bases, it is sounded at wreath-laying ceremonies, memorial services, and funerals as a formal honor to those who have served. I invite all those who are able to please rise for the performance of taps by Carl Wegner, and then to remain standing for a brief moment of silence for those who have lost their lives on September 11th, and for those who have gave their life in defense of our country. On behalf of the Military Medical Association here at Western U, we thank you for joining us in our annual memorial ceremony. We hope this ceremony stirs in you a remembrance of the sacredness of this day. Today and every day, let us reflect on the ways we have been served and pay it forward in any way we can and at every opportunity. Thank you. And please join us for light refreshments over here. Thank you.